Are you or someone that you care about experiencing one of those hard knock times in life? You know, where it seems like there's just a ton of stuff coming against you or coming at you and you feel a bit overwhelmed by it? If so, I want to share one of the most profound shifts that you can make to turn those hard knocks into gold, pure gold. And the shift is this. It comes to us by Rumi. Rumi says, live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. Live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. But how can you do that when you're going through a really tough time and you feel like everything's coming at you and it's not so pleasant? Well, I want to share with you an insight that I had from back in my firefighting days. When I was in rookie school, we used to do these drills in a controlled environment. It was a training tower, and we would do things like mazes, and they would black out your mask, and you would have to follow a hose line through all sorts of stuff designed to make you lose the hose line. And in addition to that, as if that wasn't hard enough, because you can't see anything, and you were timed, and you had to go through these drills in a certain time, or you wouldn't get out of rookie, you wouldn't make it, you wouldn't pass. The instructors used to bang on our helmets with things and make really loud noises, you know, like near us, not right in our ears, but usually like really near you so that it startled the crap out of you. And sometimes they would either pinch or disconnect the tube, the hose that connected you to your air bottle. And you were using the air because they wanted to get you used to that. And they did that, you know, to see how you would respond when you ran out of air all of a sudden. You know, and it was annoying to me, and it was stressful, and sometimes I did not have a good sense of humor about it. I was pretty ticky about it, you know, like, why do they have to mess with us so much? And then I graduated, and I went out on shift and responded to one of my first, like, really big fires. And I understood really quickly why they did all that to us in rookie school in a controlled environment. Because the loud sounds were part of being a firefighter. Having things fall on top of your helmet and bang you around and disorient you was part of being a firefighter in a burning building. So they didn't do that stuff just to mess with us. They did it because they knew what we were going to face down the road. They rigged it in our favor so that we could practice our responses in a controlled environment before we were turned loose into a dangerous environment. But you know, that's not the only time having that shift, you know, life is rigged in my favor, came in handy for me. See, sometimes as a therapist, I would meet people who went through something so tragic and horrific that I really didn't know what to say to them. I had no clue. And at those times I would get very quiet and still. And I would say, okay, God, you're on. And inevitably, something profound would come out of my mouth that I never would have come up with on my own, or if I stayed stuck in the, oh my God, I don't know what to say. Something that benefited that person because I got me out of the way and let that divine love, if you will, flow through. Again, rigged in my favor, rigged in your favor. So many times in life, I've discovered that even when I'm faced with a disappointment, usually something greater comes of it. For example, I wrote a book and I had high expectations for it, and none of that happened the way that I wanted it to or the way I envisioned. And yet that went on, what some people would perceive a failure, and I did at the time. I really struggled with that. But when I got my head right again and started looking at, you know what, this is rigged in my favor. So what good's going to come from this? And I realized, you know what, I want to create a course. Because I think the course will actually be better than the book. That led to something greater happening, or a better creation, or a greater creation. This also happens in relationships. You know, we lose one relationship, we lose someone we care about, but that, when we think life is rigged in my favor, it will lead to an even better relationship. Same thing with a job. If you ever lose a job, it can lead to an even better job. So when you're faced with all that stuff coming at you in life, remember, Live as if everything is rigged in your favor.